What will Shehbaz Sharif have to do differently in order to tide over the economic crisis, which is going to be the most immediate challenge? Now, he has guaranteed minimum wages. He has guaranteed cheaper prices of basic items and essentials. But how exactly will the administration live up to these promises remains to be seen. And with us on the broadcast is our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who has been inside the National Assembly witnessing those scenes. Describe to us what you've been seeing around you, Anas, as Pakistan enters the Shehbaz Sharif era as he replaces Imran Khan as the country's Prime Minister. A very symbolic move on part of the PMLN, as well as the lawmakers of the party were seen putting up pictures of Nawaz Sharif, Shehbaz Sharif's brother, calling it an emotional moment. Shehbaz Sharif has promised to deal with the economic crisis that the country is facing, but he will have to do a lot of things differently to tide over this economic crisis.
Well, Molly, you've summed it up quite appropriately. First address, emotional inaugural address, talked about harmony, talked about peace building, talked about relations with foreign countries, talked about the catastrophic situation of the economy, talked about uplifting the economy and working together with all of the provinces. That is how one can sum up Shehbaz Sharif's inaugural address before the Parliament of Pakistan. That is the Parliament of Pakistan. Hundreds of people are currently going out even now. And just a short while back, we saw the Prime Minister, who is the Prime Minister in waiting, rather, who is yet to take his oath. He has been given the official cadre, the official security, that of the Prime Minister as well. And I saw pretty emotional scenes because the day started off about an hour and 15 minutes late. The session started off an hour and 15 minutes late from its designated time, and then Shah Mahmood Qureshi from the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf took the floor, did an emotional speech, reminded of what his government's achievements have been, and then towards the end said that they do not want to be a part of this process, what they believe is an imposition of a foreign regime, and that they are boycotting today's proceedings. Not just that, but in fact, they are submitting their resignations as well. Soon after Shah Mahmood Qureshi came the Deputy Speaker, Qasim Suri, who was chairing the session. He said that for him, his conscience does not allow to be part of such proceedings, and he left the chair, paving way for Ayaz Sadiq, who is a member of the panel of chairs, to preside over the session. And then Ayaz Sadiq took over the proceedings, and he took over the proceedings, and he then said that he has the honor to administer to chair the proceedings for the election of the previous Prime Minister as well, and even now. So a happening day here in the Pakistani National Assembly, and towards the end of it, we saw two things. One, the former government resigning from their basic membership of the National Assembly, and secondly, we see the election of the 23rd Prime Minister of Pakistan, who is now Shehbaz Sharif, and he's made a pretty emotional address as well. Molly?
Right, those were some of the key takeaways from that impassioned address delivered by Shehbaz Sharif after he was elected on the floor of the House as the country's next Prime Minister. Anas Malik, we're leaving it there for the moment. Thanks very much for those quick updates. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.